Ana de Armas was great, and Chris Evans was amazing too, but was Ghosted great? And is it worth watching or not? In this video, we're going to talk about the story of the movie, and why you have to watch Ghosted, and what's the good and bad thing about the movie, and we're going to talk about the ending and how much I rate the movie. So complete the video to the end to get the biggest dose of fun. What's the story? When handsome farmer Cole meets mysterious art curator Sadie, at the start of Ghosted, sparks fly. Their mutual attraction gives way to arguments, then back to desire, as their first date evolves from coffee to a night spent wandering, talking, and eventually sleeping together. But the next day, Sadie doesn't respond to Cole's texts. Wondering if she's ghosting him, Cole decides to make a grand romantic gesture and track her down in London. What he finds is not what he expects. Sadie is a spy, not a curator, and now the two are knee-deep in an international plot to traffic a weapon of mass destruction. Mastermind Levy thinks Cole has the code he needs to arm the weapon, and he's put a bounty on his head. Is it worth watching? So is Ghosted worth putting 2 hours of my day on, or looking for another movie? But to be honest with you, that it's not that movie that will stay in your memory forever. For example, Fight Club. You can't forget this type of movie because it's great, and maybe every 10 years we get a movie that stays in memory forever. Ghosted was fun, and I remember that throughout the 2 hours I was smiling and laughing sometimes. But there are many flaws in the movie. It is not a middle movie, is less than middle, but not bad. You will enjoy, and the reason I think are two actors, Ana de Armas and Chris Evans. The chemistry between them was great and makes you feel that you are sitting with them on reality, and the acting was great from both actors. But there are many flaws that I will talk about in the paragraph. Is it any weak? But in general, the movie is worth watching because it is fun, and there are two great actors. I hope you subscribe to the channel. We get tired in every video from script to video editing. And I want to become 1,000 subscribers during this month. If you like the video, I hope you subscribe to the channel. And do not forget to put your likes for the video, because it will help to reach other people. Is it any good? The spirited chemistry between this film's two leads is what sells the package and keeps it interesting despite overly long and convoluted action sequences. For sure, the 25-minute opening act of a magical first date between Ghosted's main couple, Sadie and Cole, is endearing. Evans and de Armas meet cute as two very different types who can't deny their mutual attraction. Though the tonal shift to action might seem abrupt after this intro, the film proposes a twist by punctuating the action with a feisty back and forth and oft-referenced sexual tension between Evans' tender-hearted farmer and de Armas' cold spy. There is a lot of action, and that is really the heart and soul of this movie. And then you've got this action, which is actually a lot of fun. There's a lot of great entertaining sequences. There's one massive set towards the end. A set sequence whenever they use a whole bunch of stuff. It's really, really great. They actually have chemistry there because they have to work together. All this stuff, whenever they work together, they're okay. There's novelty in these gender swap roles. He's the clingy homebody, she's the loner action hero. Evans is a bit more believable in his role than wide-eyed de Armas is as a spy. Until of course Cole starts taking out the bad guys with unexplained ease. Reports had Scarlett Johansson originally co-starring, but de Armas brings her own unique combination of sexiness and vulnerability to the role. There are plenty of amusing dialogues and situations here, and a string of cameos, including Reynolds. If only the four writers had saved more time for talk and less for the Bond-esque villains. Brody with a French accent, and protracted fight and chase sequences. Something else that I really loved about this movie is Chris Cole. His family and his interactions with his family, they're very silly and goofy and fun, and that really, really works. Here you get a little bit of them at the beginning and a little bit at the end. I'd love to see more of the family come in. Maybe it'll be a wedding or something like that. I would like to see more of the family, and I can see how that would bring a lot of fun. They're actually really great, probably one of my favorite parts of the entire movie. Another one of my favorite parts of the entire movie has seen Chris Evans in a role that we don't often get to see him in. Don't get me wrong, there are moments where he plays this person. If you haven't seen Gifted, check that out. I mean, he is like a touching, heartwarming, goofy guy, right? He is not a badass Captain America, right? Yes, he does kick some butts towards the end of the movie. I mean, he has to, it's the situation that he's put in, but you get to see that like goofy side of him. And that's something I love about Chris, because it feels like that's how he is in real life. I think that the most beautiful part when watching a movie is discussing the topic with other people. So tell me what you think about Ghosted. What did you like about the movie, and what did you hate about the movie? And how much do you give the movie out of 10? I will tell you in my rate at the end of the video. Is it any weak? The script is really cringe, guys. There's some odd delivered dialogue in this, and some conveniences that happen throughout the plot that I just felt too convenient. Now I understand it's a movie. I understand this isn't real life, but some things just felt a little too convenient for me. It's got not so great cinematography, not very creative shots. There's not really a color palette. But I guess I'm in rom-com. I'm not necessarily in an Oscar-nominated drama, but I just wanted maybe a little more creativity in the technicality department. There's not really a score, and again, I know I'm in the rom-com genre, and that's a genre I don't explore a lot, but it just felt a little odd. The way that this film looks, it really did not help it. Everything just feels absolutely polished and clean. The dialogue is playing itself safe, the interactions, the way that these two characters are in frame. You hardly get moments of them two together. It's almost like they filmed their scenes separate from each other. The first interaction when they meet each other at a farmer's market, you hardly get them two together. And then they go on this date, and then he learns that she's a spy. He goes to London to try to connect with her. And that's where he's thrown into this mission. And the movie just does not work. My rate is 6 out of 10. In the end, do not forget to put a like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.